Hi guys, welcome to Empath 101. Empath 101 is a short series of words that you will come across in our spiritual community. It gives you the basic, however not limited to, definition of these words. So, if you are coming across this video, you want to know what the term claircognizance means. Claircognizance. So, let's dig into it. In spiritual terms, claircognizance is a form of psychic ability described as clear knowing. So we know clair means clear, cognate means knowing, or an intuitive sense of just knowing. Something without logical explanation or prior information. It manifests as a sudden insight or a truth that seems to pop into your mind from out of nowhere, often feeling like common sense, but defying easy logical reasoning. Basically. So it's like knowing things without knowing how you know them. Knowing things and letting, honestly, your intuition guide your talk, your speech, and what it's saying. Like when you're reading cards, you'll read your card, you'll get your cards, but everybody has a different story, but all the cards look the same. You can look at the card and you know what the card means, and it pops in your head specific details, specific dates, specific things that you don't know how you know, but you just know. Claircognizance. Okay? So, let's hit the key aspects. Sudden knowledge, which we just explained. You may suddenly know facts, information, or solutions to problems that you couldn't have known through normal means. Intuition and gut feelings. It is closely related to strong intuition and gut feelings, where you just know what is right or what will happen. And people that have this gift don't need the cards to be able to tap in. You know, the cards, like I like to say all the time, is for you. And people can learn to read cards as well that don't necessarily have the gift of claircognizance. However, after you've gone through your spiritual awakening and you're healing and you're doing the work, because it takes work to get to the point where your DNA is activated for you to be able to utilize your gifts, because they are dormant until you go through your awakening. Now, let me add this. We have people that are naturally gifted, and when I say that, I mean like you have a gift that's automatically already working from childhood. You know, you're not fully aware that it is a gift until you get older and you get to a point, or you encounter a situation that's meant to make you go through an awakening. Because some people, family members, are under like some type of restriction or curse because of whatever happened in their bloodline, that they are like somebody that come in to get that curse up off them. So there has to be a way or some type of indication for you to know that you have a gift or whatever. And it's always something that's not really fully developed either until after your awakening and you're going through that awakening process and you say yes to your calling. Okay? And there are people that can go through their awakening and be on the light, but when you're on the light, you always can turn dark if you allow yourself to be persuaded that way. You know, and at that point, you know, God is a forgiving God, but if you sign a deal with the devil or a darker entity or energy or deity, then that's the side you're on. You know, the light folks, us, we embody both. And when you're dark, 9 times out of 10 you only embody dark, because once you go past a certain point of those type of actions, because sometimes they're actions that people take that they don't want to deal with the karma or consequences of, that they just decide to stay there. So it's a lot to it, and it's very deep. And I know this, when I'm getting into talking about the different gifts, I'm kind of getting off subject. However, it's all education. So I might make a video by itself about just the gifts after I go through each singular gift. So now that's how you know. There's some people that have gifts, but they're dormant gifts, or their gifts been stripped away from breaking spiritual laws, or their gifts are dormant because they didn't go through the proper healing. It is what it is. And then you have readers that have gifts that literally can pinpoint and give you specific details or intuitive nudges because they did go through their awakening, they did heal, and they are activated. Everybody that can't tap all the way in, it doesn't mean that they're not gifted. It just means that they aren't done healing. And you can tell people that has all the way healed from people that aren't. And that is by the way they carry themselves. The way they speak on others, the way their energy. Okay? Their energy. If you're somebody that is truly tapped in, no facade can get past you. It doesn't matter how people present themselves, to be honest with you. You're not easily fooled, and that is something that a lot of people don't like and they don't take too kindly to. So you tend to be more targeted. You know, you tend to be more suppressed by folks. Like, not not allowing people to suppress you, but some things is out of your control. And when you understand, one of the biggest things you learn going through a spiritual awakening is don't worry about the things you can't control, because any messages or anything that you are doing that you're led to do is always going to land in front of the people that it's supposed to be landed in front of. You don't do it because you're always looking for a profit or numbers. You do it because that's your calling and you literally just want to help. You don't help and say, hey, look at me, I just know. It's like an internal gratification you get knowing that you did something, you changed one person's life. It's an internal gratification knowing that you had an effect, a positive effect on anyone or anybody in any situation, just being you. You don't need the praise. You don't need a million viewers. You don't need everybody under the sun to know what good you have done for X, Y, and Z. It's an eternal thing. It's not about being seen. It's about being heard by the people that were supposed to hear you. Whether it's 10, 20, 20,000 or a million. Don't matter. I know that those people, those 10 people that it needed to get to, it got to. I'm happy. I'm good. I'm satisfied. I don't want to be in the spotlight. That guy trying to push like the spotlight. I'm telling y'all. Because my team be like, get your ass on there. We told you what you're supposed to be doing, girl. And I'll be like, okay, I need a break. I don't need to be, no, you had to, look, a break is a few hours, not days. So I'm still, like I said, I'm working on it myself. It's not that I don't love to do it. I do. But I'm still going through activations and stuff like that. It's no excuse. I'm making up excuses because I could do better, and I'm going to. I say that, and I mean it. I'm human though, like everybody else. So I don't pretend like I'm not, and I don't pretend like I don't have. I'm perfect. I cannot pretend like I don't have my days like everybody else. I do. However, I never give up. I will never give up on me. Giving up on me is giving up on not only me, but giving up on my kids. It'll be giving up on my whole bloodline and lineage. Because understand that we take for granted that we are chosen and we have gifts and that we are able to do this kind of work. And some people take it for granted as in going to do it to manipulate and to have these shallow wins. And some people take it for granted because they don't utilize them. And like, that can be it. But because we feel like, because we have these gifts that it's like something that we figured or thought everybody had, but it's not. Everybody doesn't have spiritual gifts. Period. I don't care what anyone say. Everybody, you hear it a lot. I know I'm going off subject, but we hear it a lot. But it's not true. You read the Bible. Read the Bible. All the disciples didn't have gifts. There's always specific people, and all over different towns or whatever you want to call them, little whatever back then when it was first developing. You always had a major part or somebody that contributed something or had some type of particular gift or something, but it wasn't everybody. If that was the case, everybody, I'm pretty sure, would be awoken, and this world would be kind of scary. It's a lot easier to go around using your gifts to manipulate and win. It's a lot harder to go the hard route and stay in line and follow the rules, because following the rules, you don't have an advantage, even though you kind of do. You don't utilize your gifts for an advantage. But, all right, let me finish. Intuition and gut feeling. Spiritual message. The information can come as spiritual impressions or messages from a higher spiritual source, challenging to truth. While a powerful spiritual gift, claircognizance, is often hard to identify and trust, sometimes being dismissed as luck or coincidence. Developing the gift. Like other psychic abilities, claircognizance can be developed through practice like meditation, paying attention to your thoughts, and journaling your intuitive insights. How to differ from other clairs. Clairvoyance, clear seeing, involves mental images and visions. You have dreams. You see videos playing in your head of scenarios. You can have a visualization while you're outside walking, anything of something or event or something taking place right in front of you. You're about to make a decision and something flashing in your head, a visual or a scene where you are doing A or B and it's resulting in a specific thing or area that is favorable or not. That is you having mental images. Clairaudience, hearing Clear hearing involves hearing internal voices or sounds. Clear audience, you can hear spirit. You can hear spirit. You can pick up on what they're dropping in songs. You can quiet your own mind so you can hear their voices. And all voices is not always of God, because the devil, people with dark gifts, the devil and his minions and darker empaths and deities and stuff, you can hear them too. Works both ways, okay? So, the way you know the difference is God and Spirit is never going to tell you to do anything evil to anybody. They're going to tell you to surrender that situation and let God handle it. They're never going to tell you to take vengeance or revenge. If something is telling you to do anything malicious to someone else, even if they've done it to you, then that is not light energy. That's not light spirits. Now, you yourself might want to react. That's you. That's a conscious decision you make, and that's a conscious decision you will reap karma for. But that voice in your head is going to be telling you don't do it. That's like having the angel and the devil on your shoulder. You know, we always see that. Go ahead, do it. No, you shouldn't. Go ahead, do it. Yes. What you choose to do is free will. That's on you. But energies of the light, the ancestors of the light, they're not going to tell you to go do anything vindictive, because they know things taint your bloodline. Especially if you are somebody that's chosen or gifted. Like I always say, it's genetic. People with gifts, it's genetic. It's in your genes. It's in your lineage. And it goes way back to the beginning of the world. Before Christ, after Christ, all that. Gifts are genetic. It's dormant in your DNA. And it's only dormant until you awaken to you having a gift. Some people, family live out loud, and they know that their aunt, grandma, you know, whoever was a healer, was was a medium, psychic, whatever. Because basically, all of them are pretty much the same, but have different attributes, or they're stronger in different sections of being gifted. But we all equal one big family. Everybody that has gifts. But like I said, everyone in the world does not have spiritual gifts. Everybody has the alert system to their body. Everybody has a conscience. Everybody has intuition. And everybody has a level of discernment. Okay? That's an automatic alert system on your body. But not everybody has the clairs. It's not. I'm not saying anyone's better than the next, but that's the truth of the matter. So use your discernment and your intuition and the advice they're giving you to make your own choice on who's leading you, whether it's light or dark, or somebody that just are blowing smoke up your butt. Okay? Some people got gifts and they are working in the darker energy. Some people got gifts and they work on the light. Some people work with both. Some people don't have none of it and they just pretending. That's just what it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. But let me finish. Clear sentence, clear feeling. Involves sensing emotions, energies, or physical sensations. Empaths. People that can feel the energy when they come in the room. People that can take on other people's energy. People that you can be reading your cards and you can feel, why do I feel so sad? Why do I feel hot? Why do I have confirmation? You can feel people's energy. That was the first gift that awakened in me. I told you, the people I was connected to, like I could break down to my knees and start crying and nothing's wrong, and I feel like I'm gonna fall to my knees and I'm literally crying and I can't stop, but nothing at all is wrong with me. But I was feeling other people's energy, other people that been playing in my energy, and I didn't even know what was going on then. I could always see spirits and shit. That's why I was scared. I used to be scared of the dark. I used to sleep with the cover over my head every night. I don't want to see shit. I'm sorry, I was freaked out. And then if you tell somebody you're saying something, they looking at you sideways. In reality, some family members know what you're saying because they know that that's in their genes. Their grandma, great-grandma, aunt, cousin, somebody had it. And then the ones that aren't awakened or don't know, they just think you're crazy. Like, girl, stop watching scary movies. No, literally. It ain't no game. Like, I see. And see to the point that I could, like, touch. I know it's there. There's no way. I didn't close my eyes with the cover movie. They're just still there. Like, no, I'm not. I see. Period. But you know who to share those things with and who not to. And if you don't know, you will learn very fast. Okay? Because some people will tell you can't, just because they don't want you to know. And it's like a thing where they just, I don't know, because a lot, sometimes it's more than, and it can be more than one person in the family that's gifted. It can be a bunch of people. It's a genetic thing, but not everybody have all of them. You might be the one, and I say the black, when I say the black sheep, you're the one that have all of the players. You have it all. You are the chosen one by your ancestors. You have it all. Confirmation. Or you might be somebody that has one or two, you know, which means like you might be, this is your spot, that's your spot, that's your spot, that's your spot. But it all adds together, and then you have somebody that embodies them all. Confirmation. But in order for them to be activated and your ancestors to work with you and help you through, which is per God's approval, you have to accept them and be open to them and believe in it. Belief, just like manifesting, belief. And if you're seeing it, you've been feeling it, you know it, and it's in the back of your head, confirmation. You're not crazy. It's real. Confirmation. I thought I was crazy for a little bit. Before anybody else call you crazy, when you go through a spiritual awakening, you're going to think you're crazy. You're going to already go through those emotions yourself. Like, am I tripping? And then you'll learn to ask yourself, like, give me a specific sign. Once you get that sign, you are flabbergasted. Like, I was like, hallelujah. I knew it was something more than just this world. I knew it. I knew all them things. I knew it. And I was happy. Confirmation. Because some encounters you will never forget. Confirmation. And I didn't. Ever since those, like, and I'm happy and I'm blessed. Not everybody's happy for you though, so be careful and use your discernment. Trust you more than you trust anybody else, even if it's somebody that's tapped into. Because some people will be tapped in and they still be against you, you know? So essentially, if you often have aha moments or a strong sense of knowing that can't be explained by logic, you might be experiencing claircognizance. So let's continue to learn together so we can continue to grow together. And as I always say, remember to pray.